the retail on one of those? More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Smoke 'em.
Welcome to the actual Royalty Exotic Cars dungeon. This is where all the broken stuff is, except the G-Wagon. You know, I feel like I should give you guys an update on this Lotus here. Look at this slingshot. There's like not even a wheel here. There's a tire of that Vanderhall inside the Vanderhall, and then there's a couple of just random Phantoms that we don't really, they're not being used, they're just dead. They're literally dead. You have dead Phantoms here right now. But I had this Lotus painted Grigio Telesto, which is the Murcielago's version of the deep, almost Nardo gray. Clearly, beautiful car. But the job is not done because let me show you this real quick. You see, these are the parts for the turbo kit, my AEM, well, this is actually not a Infinity, but this is like Lotus's AEM thing, the plug and play they had. And it's just kind of chilling right here. So hopefully, as soon as my orange Lotus is essentially done, I want to drive it, but unfortunately there's no air conditioning. Oh, and it might be a while. This one's got air conditioning. Actually, it's got a lot of cool stuff. It's a beautiful car. I'm probably gonna put this car for sale soon. My goal is to get rid of everything I own that is considered a project. Now, the only car I'm probably not gonna sell is my 2,000 horsepower Lamborghini, but well, one day I'll drive that car in its pure glory, but until then, I've got this one left. Now, this car here was my first ever Lamborghini Gallardo. It's on eBay right now for $65,000. I had this on display in the Fashion Show Mall and the Link for about 3 years. I retired this car. It's got 30,000 miles on it. I bought it with 20,000 miles. It was literally a rental car for 3 months. It's in great condition. I've got the cool red interior, the seats and everything, but I've decided to sell it because it has a broken engine, and that's one of the reasons why I retired it. It threw a rod. I bought all the parts to fix it, the spare block pieces and everything, but I just don't really care. I just don't want to go through this whole nightmare again of just making something nice and then me not wanting to sell it. When it sits here like this, I'm like, nah, get that thing out of here. I don't want it anymore. But when I start putting work into it, I become a damn hoarder.
That's my stuff.
And then it becomes my stuff. I've got a lot of stuff. I've got a quad I've never used. I've got another quad I've never used. I got a bunch of fireworks. I got a whole, this is my Christmas decorations right here. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff around here. We've got, look at Carly's stuff. Carly's got like an array of cars over there. So anyways, my point is, 65,000 bucks, you take this car right now. It's got a clean title, it's beautiful. It's got everything you need. You just gotta throw the motor into an engine shop, have it rebuilt, and enjoy the car. It would be a perfect turbo build. So anybody need a turbo car, this is a good one to go with. And also, I've got Cyvex, I've got a bunch of turbo parts. So if anybody does wanna buy this car, it's probably really cool to reach out to me and then like, you know, buy the turbo parts too. So anyways, I wanna go to the house because we're gonna do an update on the movie theater build and we're gonna get lunch and we're gonna just relax. We've got a lot of great things going on today. The stocks are doing good, I'm happy. I think Tony's happy. So we're gonna have a good lunch, but I think we're gonna take a cool car today. Raptor.
What's the retail on one of those? more than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Smoke 'em.
Not the curb.
Okay.
Not safe.
How is it? Sounds nice.
It's a great car.
It is.
Beautiful car.
Pretty warm though, right?
No, it's not that bad when you move it. We got the air conditioner on. We got the tunes turned up. That's the only thing that's high in here.
Very cool, very cool. Pull up a little bit. Let's hear a little rev.
That's all I got. My boss is here.
I just really wanted to say that. I don't know why.
I smoked him. Little Caesars.
We were just talking about Little Caesars. Oh, I should have recorded myself talking about it.
I asked him what he wants to lunch, and he was like, I was on this Little Caesars grind. Then I was like, yeah, but we're off of it now. And then there you go, you got a Little Caesars coupon in the Ferrari.
That's crazy.
See what happened?
A coupon for Little Caesars? Yeah, it's a coupon. Oh man, my boss is here. I can't be racing.
I won.
Yeah, you did. It's fine. I'll admit it.
Nice. I know someone that does exactly that.
Okay, so a lot has changed since the last time we've had this video because now we're really working on how we're gonna change the way that this room feels. As you can see, we've just completely taken out everything over here, and we've actually removed the ceiling because the heater is really causing me a lot of problems. Now the heater up there needs to be raised up. So that's what we're doing right now. We're raising it up. We have no more windows here. We did not leave them on the outside. We left them on the outside, so they look really nice. We soundproofed them on the inside, and we removed the windows here, removed the door here, and I'm discussing right now by putting the door here and then, you know, phasing this out because we're gonna have the steps. Now, obviously, the width of the steps and the design of the steps is gonna be completely different, but I want to verify and make sure that the distance between each platform is accurate because we've gotta just, you know, figure out how the seating positions are gonna be. I wanna have 4 seats, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle and platforms on each side. I think that would look really, really cool. Like a standard theater, so you would get basically a front row seating here, second row and a third row, so it would give us 12 seats.
I think it looks great so far. My biggest thing, which you kind of touched on, was the door situation. We went over the doors together a little bit.
Yeah, so
Had to have been yesterday.
essentially this space here obviously was the door before, and now we're looking at having a single 36-inch door over there, which gives us enough space because the screen is going to go on this side here, and you're going to have the screen basically from floor to ceiling almost. I mean, it'll be,
It's big.
the screen's very big, 200 inches, and we're going to have the speakers that I bought. You guys are going to be really either mad or impressed with me, depending on if you guys know audio. I'm just a huge Focal buff. The speakers are going to ship today. They're coming out of Chicago. I'm so effing excited about these speakers because you guys see that I have Sopra 2s in my living room. I'll show you that in a second. I have Sopra 2s right now, and that was a stretch for me back 2 years ago when I bought those. You know, those are 20,000 bucks. I mean, that's a really expensive speaker. The ones I got now are just out of control. I'm going so ham on this, and that equipment should be here maybe Wednesday of next week because they have to ship it ground because it's so heavy. So come over and show everybody what a TV looks like and what kind of speakers we have. Come on, show me. Which ones? Do you know what they're called? Focal. They're called Focal. Say it. All right. Currently using Focal Sopras. Now, unfortunately, I was very, very cheap when I bought these Sopras, and I did not buy the current amps that are required to run a speaker like this. So after I spent all this tons of money, I mean, I used to have a big projector up there. Now it's in the office. I changed the screen. We have a 120 with the VZ1000 laser projector currently right now. This is in the living room. Sorry for the disarray. We were disassembling this. I actually found that subwoofer in the garage. I had no idea I even had it, but it's a piece of crap. So my point is that I also had these Kefs in the office, but I brought them here because I was gonna move the Sopras into the theater, right? But she's learning how to crawl. So I was gonna bring the Sopras into the theater, and then I said, you know what? Look, I've had these for a long time. Let's just look into upgrading and seeing what we can do, because if I'm gonna spend the money on the amps, well, now the speakers seem within reach, right? Because if you guys look up some crazy audiophile stuff, an amplifier to run a single focal speaker. Now, mind you, this speaker, they're about $20,000 for the pair now. And that one's about $5,000. So you're looking at about $25,000 for the 3 speakers here. The amps alone, they require 500 to 600 watts, monoblock. If you go tube, you're talking 15,000 a piece, just for the amps. If you go basically digital, you're looking at a 600 watt monoblock, probably 6,000 a piece. So you have $25,000 speakers, and then you got 15,000 in amps just to hear them the way they were intended to be listened to. Not to mention the ceilings and all the other stuff, all the surrounds. It's a never-ending cycle. All right, so after I bought the speakers, I had no money for the amps left, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm not gonna do the same thing with the theater. The theater is gonna go ham. I'm going just absolutely insane. I wanna walk into that theater and be like, no way, those are mine. Like, I really, 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 really wanna impress people that walk in. Now, yes, the Focal Sopra is impressive, but there's a higher level. There's this different echelon, right? Different tiers, right? Mario, you always say levels, right? Levels, there's levels? Okay, anyways, I'll show you the speakers I got. I'll show you the speakers I got when they come in next week. At the moment right now, we're under construction, we're doing our thing. We're gonna get back to work because lunch is almost over. And well, this is what we're doing here.
This is great.
Anybody wants to work at Royalty, this is what we do all day. We do nothing, okay? Just kidding, that's a total lie. All right. All right, guys, please subscribe to see the progress of our theater, and give us a like, because Tony drove here with the top down just to get Mario some B-roll in the 458. So you gonna put the top up or down on the way back?
Definitely down.
Oh, all right, cool. Tony likes the sun.